Staring at the ceiling, reminiscing about the steps of my past ways. Ooh, that's right. Haunted by the curses and the steps of my past ways. Ooh, all night, ran to the Lord, he'd make a better pathway. Ooh, I lost sight. Hope I don't get swallowed by the system.
So my name is Dina Saunders-Green. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Green Pines Creative Incorporated, but we're doing business as Green Pines Media. I actually started out in social work. About 10 years ago, I worked with young adults after they left the foster care system, teaching life skills, workshops, all of those things so that they'd have independent living skills. And I knew I needed to do social work in a different way, or decided I wanted to do social work in a different way. Okay, so after working as a traditional social worker, I noticed that a lot of the kids that we worked with, they struggled with just learning how to do things that we would typically learn in the context of a family. You know, not just how do I fill out a job application, but just, you know, how much does it cost to live life, to get an apartment, to, you know, get on the bus, or things like doing laundry, you know, and we were teaching life skills that included things like trying to help them find a job, or you know, being able to get gainful employment. But a lot of times the youth, what I learned later on, they were frustrated because they felt like we were trying to gear them towards jobs at like fast food places or retail stores. And what I would hear from the youth is, those jobs can't sustain us and they're never gonna help us pay our bills. Why can't you guys teach us social work or life skills in the context of something that we like art or music? And that just resonated with me, and I eventually left traditional social work to start this company, to start Green Pines Media. And we help young people between the ages of 18 and 30 showcase and monetize their artwork. So it's a way to teach life skills, but it's under the context of entrepreneurship using their art and their music. As a social worker, I didn't really know much about business. I ended up hiring an amazing consultant, but she taught traditional business and entrepreneurship, which is great, but I knew I had something that was a little different. I learned later on that what I was doing is called social entrepreneurship. And basically, it's starting a traditional business with the intention of solving a social problem, which in our case, it's what happens with young people after they leave the system. And typically that would be foster care, but it's also the juvenile justice system, children's mental health. Then I also realized that there were so many youth who would have been in the system had people known about what was happening behind closed doors. So we've expanded that a bit to focus on young people who've just been impacted by child abuse, neglect, and trauma. So some of our artists have experienced homelessness. Some of them have been in gangs and have decided to leave that lifestyle and focus on their art, and also advocate for other young people who have been through what they went through. So in order to do that and really learn business skills and really learn social entrepreneurship, I ended up going back to school, working on a second master's degree at USC. In the Marshall School of Business, they have this amazing program called Social Entrepreneurship, and it's just teaching us how to run Green Pines Media in a sustainable way, because our goal is to make money and generate revenue as we're showcasing our the artwork of our young adults, because we want to make sure we're sustainable. If our doors don't stay open, we can't pay our bills, we can't pay our artists. So this has really been helpful. When I first started out, I thought we'd be an indie publishing company. I ended up writing a book called Angelique, a transitional age youth novel, which is an authentic story about just one young lady's journey. It was her life before, during, and after her time in foster care. And I got some really good feedback, and I thought, well, I'll help our young adults share their stories and help them write novels. And I'd go out and speak with a bunch of youth about what we were doing and, you know, share the novel with them. And the feedback I got was, you know, that's great, Miss Dina, you wrote a book. I don't read, and I don't tell my story through novels. I tell my story through my art, through my paintings, through my music. So I realized, okay, we need to pivot here. And so now what we do is we work with young adults based on whatever it is their artistic interest is. For example, if someone is a painter, we will license a photo of that painting, and we will then use that photo on merchandise. Right now we have our Just Journals project, where we're putting artwork on journals. We sell the journals and then split the profits 50-50. We are also experimenting in other areas. For example, we formed a partnership with a company in Brazil called Badu Design. What they're doing is they're taking textiles that people normally would throw away, and they are finding ways to recycle and reuse those textiles by creating useful products. So we have Badu bags, which are essentially backpacks and purses made out of recycled seat belts. And we are able to put our artists' artwork on those backpacks and bags as another source of revenue. We're also working with vocal artists. They are insanely talented. They're already out there performing at different venues. They're already creating music videos, and they're figuring out ways to make music just using laptops and things, which is amazing for me because I don't know much about the music industry, but they do. Our vocal artists were really on board with what we were trying to do, and they've been really supportive about teaching us the music industry, knowing things like publishing your music and copywriting your music. It's been really amazing, and we're getting to the point where we're filing to become an actual music label. It's slightly terrifying because I am a social worker, but our artists are extremely professional. They already know about this industry. They already know what steps to take. So I'm really just learning from them. We're actually creating original content, and that hopefully will be coming out within the next few weeks or so. We want our young adults to feel like this is a true partnership. So we're teaching them the process. We are opening up our records. We're showing them what it costs us to create, how much we're charging, what shipping, what the taxes are, so they really have a good understanding of the business practices behind their artwork. So if they choose to go further, then they're able to do that, and they have a really good model. We answer questions, we can talk with them, just whatever is comfortable for them. Sometimes we have young adults who have been painting or drawing for years, but they don't trust social workers. That's okay. We allow them to be as involved or as uninvolved as they want to be in this process. We still send them money on a regular basis if their merchandise does sell, because it's all about supply and demand. So we just send money into their accounts, either Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. We pay them in a form that resonates with them because we want to make it really easy for them. And over time, once we establish trust, they tend to want to become more involved with the process, which is amazing. I like being able to work with the youth this way because as we're working with them to help them showcase and monetize their artwork, they're now getting services with other organizations, nonprofits out there that are part of the Independent Living Program, nonprofits that teach them budgeting, nonprofits that help them with their housing. So we just cover a small piece, which again focuses on helping them showcase and monetize their artwork. So our main mission is to help transition-age youth between the ages of 18 and 30 showcase and monetize their artwork. They can do that and work with us while they're getting services from nonprofits in the community that can help them in other areas. Working with this population has never been just a job for me. My husband and I have been foster parents. Our oldest just turned 30 and they're still struggling. So the challenge was, what can we do to better help this population in a way that's sustainable, in a way that helps us as well, And what we found is that this is the best way to accomplish all of those things. So we can help young people, we can have a sustainable business, we can have something that lasts, and we can create amazing music and showcase amazing artwork in the process. To me, it's still social work, but it's just giving me the ability to do social work in a completely different way.
Ran to the Lord, he'd make a better pathway. I lost sight. Hope I don't get swallowed by the system in the last days. Gotta fight. Okay, pain hit me. I'm hollering, affected by mental health and gang violence. Trauma got me up now, my tears falling. Should've listened when the saints said, young man, young man, young man, watch your step. Young man, young man, young man, watch your step. Young man, young man, young man, watch your step. Young man, young man, young man, watch your step. Now you question yourself. fight. Floating through the twilight. Thoughts of taking your life. One day it's gonna get right. Now you question your fight. Floating through the twilight. Thoughts of taking your life. One day it's gonna get right.
Dear dreamer, that's dreaming, wanna move something. Just remember, gotta reach before you touch something. Hey, no stalling, take actions. Gotta focus, keep the faith, take the disappointment and ration. Block everything that'll break you down like a fraction. Don't never let your steps make you step away from your passion, Gotta keep your feet planted. Avoid overthinking, overthinking kills planet. Despite all the pain, you got a purpose on this planet. Y'all didn't make no mistakes, you know he planned it, Just remember you gon' get more. You are not a victim, you a victor. Triumph is what I call you. Hope your blessings lift you when your curses fall off you. Just remember.
Young man, young man, young man, watch your step. Young man, young man, young man, watch your step. Young man, young man, young man, watch your step. Young man, young man, young man, watch your step.
Yeah.
Now you question your fight.
We free in one mind at a time. This has been a Green Pines Media exclusive. I'll be Mr. Anthony Gray.
Now you question
Mr. Seymour on the
fight.
beat.
Floating through
We out here.
twilight.
Yeah.
Thoughts of taking your life. One day it's gonna get right.